Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a world where the future is uncertain. Every day we hear news of economic changes, environmental concerns, and global tensions and personal challenges. It's easy to let anxiety take over and constantly wonder what will happen tomorrow. But worrying about the future is like carrying a heavy bag that you never put down. It doesn't move you forward, it only slows you down. The truth is, worrying doesn't prevent problems, it prevents peace. You can't control everything that's coming, but you can control how you prepare for it and how you respond. When you let go of fear and focus on today, you gain the mental strength and clarity needed to shape a better tomorrow. Remember, your energy is valuable. If you waste it on imagining all the bad things that could happen, you'll have nothing left to create the good things that can happen. So instead of living in the fear of the unknown, live in the power of the present. Plan wisely, pray deeply, and trust that each day will bring the strength you need to face it. Worry is like leaving a tap running in your mind. It quietly wastes your mental, emotional, and even physical strength. Every time you sit and imagine everything that could go wrong, you are using up energy that could be invested into something meaningful. Think of it like a phone battery. The more background apps you leave running, the faster it dies, even if you're not actively using it. When your mind is full of what-if scenarios, you have less space and strength to focus on the actions that could actually improve your situation. Instead of letting fear steal your focus, redirect that same energy into tasks that move you forward. Learning, preparing, building relationships, improving your health, or strengthening your mindset. Remember, your thoughts are powerful fuel. You can either burn them on fear that changes nothing, or you can spend them on actions that change everything. Every drop of energy you save from worry is a drop of energy you can pour into creating the life you want. One of the main reasons people get trapped in worry is the illusion that if they think about a problem enough, they can somehow control it. But the truth is, life will always have variables beyond your influence. The weather, the economy, other people's decisions, unexpected events. Trying to control these things is like trying to hold water in your hands. No matter how tight you grip, it will still slip through your fingers. The freedom comes when you accept this fact. Once you acknowledge that some parts of life are out of your hands, you can stop wasting time on them and start focusing on what is within your reach. You can't control the storm, but you can strengthen your boat. You can't control the traffic, but you can control your attitude while you wait. This shift in perspective isn't about giving up. It's about becoming wise with your energy. When you stop trying to manage the uncontrollable, you create space for calm, clear thinking. And with a calm mind, you're far better equipped to handle whatever the future brings. Panic is a reaction, planning is a response. When you panic about the future, your mind jumps to worst-case scenarios, your emotions take over, and clear thinking disappears. You might feel like you're doing something by worrying, but in reality, you're just spinning in circles. Planning, on the other hand, is deliberate, focused, and productive. Think of it this way: a builder doesn't stare at an empty plot of land and imagine the house falling down before it's even built. Instead, they draw blueprints, gather materials, and take steady steps toward construction. In life, your goals and challenges need the same approach. Planning allows you to prepare for possibilities without drowning in fear of them. When you make a plan, even a simple one, you give your mind a clear direction. You know what to do next instead of feeling powerless. A plan can be as small as setting a daily habit or as big as creating a 5-year vision. But either way, it gives you structure. Worry wastes time, planning invests it. The present moment is the only place where life truly happens. The past is gone and the future hasn't arrived yet. All we ever really have is now. Yet so many people trade the peace of today for the anxiety of tomorrow. They replay potential disasters in their mind, imagining problems that don't even exist yet. And in doing so, they miss the opportunities and joys right in front of them. When you fully focus on the present, you give yourself the power to act, to improve, and to appreciate what's already here. It's in this moment that you can make the phone call, start the project, repair the relationship, or simply breathe deeply and feel grateful. The present is not just a waiting room for the future, it's the workshop where the future is built. Living in the present doesn't mean ignoring your future. It means anchoring yourself in the only time you can actually do something. By making the most of today, you automatically prepare for tomorrow. You can't control the entire path ahead, but you can take the next step right now. And that's where true strength lies. Most of the fears we carry about the future exist only in our imagination. They are not actual events. They are stories we create in our minds, often exaggerated and filled with the worst possible outcomes. The human brain has a natural tendency to anticipate danger as a way to protect us, but when left unchecked, it can turn into a constant cycle of unnecessary stress. Think about it. How many of the things you once worried about actually happened? And even if some did, weren't you stronger than you thought you'd be in handling them? Fear often paints a picture far more terrifying than reality ever turns out to be. It convinces you that the what-ifs are certain facts, when in truth, they're just possibilities among many, and often the least likely ones. When you become aware that fear is just a mental story, you gain the power to rewrite it. Instead of imagining how things could fall apart, you can imagine how they could work out. This shift doesn't ignore challenges, but it frees you from being trapped by them before they even arrive. The story you tell yourself determines how you feel, and how you feel determines how you act. So choose a story that empowers you, not one that paralyzes you. Fear thrives in uncertainty, but faith thrives in trust. When the future feels unclear, your mind naturally searches for solid ground, and faith can be that anchor. It doesn't matter whether your faith is rooted in God, in the natural order of life, or in your own ability to adapt and overcome. What matters is having something stronger than fear to hold on to. Faith is not pretending challenges don't exist. It's believing that you'll have the strength, wisdom, and resources to face them when they come. It's a quiet confidence that says, I may not know what tomorrow holds, but I trust that I'll be able to handle it. This trust changes everything, because it shifts your focus from what could go wrong to what can go right. When you choose faith over fear, you stop needing to control every detail. You start breathing easier, thinking clearer, and moving forward with courage instead of hesitation. Faith gives you the ability to walk into the unknown without being consumed by it, knowing that each step will reveal the next. When we think about the future, we often imagine huge, life-changing moments: the dream job, the perfect relationship, financial freedom, personal success. But the truth is, big futures are rarely built in big leaps. They are created through small, consistent actions taken day after day. The decisions you make today, even the ones that seem minor, stack up to shape the life you will live tomorrow. If you want financial stability, it starts with saving a little, learning a little, and making smart choices consistently. If you want better health, it begins with small daily habits: drinking more water, walking for a few minutes, sleeping well. These steps might not feel like much in the moment, but over time they create massive change. The danger of worrying about the future is that it makes you freeze, doing nothing because you feel overwhelmed by the size of the challenge ahead. But when you break that challenge down into small, doable steps, you start moving forward. And forward movement, even if slow, is infinitely more valuable than standing still in fear. Peace doesn't just arrive one day as a gift from life. It's something you choose deliberately every single day. It's a mental decision to focus on what you can do now rather than drowning in what might happen later. Some people think peace is the result of having a perfect life, but in reality, it's the result of creating a stable mindset in an imperfect world. Choosing peace means training yourself to respond instead of react. It's waking up and deciding, I will not let fear of tomorrow steal the joy of today. It's learning to pause, take a deep breath, and remind yourself that most problems are smaller than they seem, and that time, effort, and patience can solve more than panic ever could. Like any habit, the choice for peace gets stronger with practice. At first, you may need to remind yourself many times a day to return to calm thinking, but over time it becomes your natural way of living. This choice doesn't mean ignoring responsibilities. It means facing them with a steady heart and a clear mind, free from the weight of imagined disasters. In the end, the future will always hold uncertainty, but that's not something to fear, it's something to embrace. The unknown is where growth happens, where opportunities appear, and where we discover strengths we never knew we had. By letting go of fear, focusing on the present, taking small, meaningful steps, and trusting that you'll have what you need when you need it, you free yourself to live fully today. So stop letting tomorrow's what ifs steal today's what is. Choose faith over fear